We share great travel gear with you all year long. But unlike your parents, we do have favorites. Today, we're sharing what our team loved most out of everything we tested in 2025. I've got a new go-to water bottle. What about you, Tom?
One of my favorites is actually something that we helped create. Before we get to that, let's talk about one of my favorite chargers I bring on every trip. It has so much power in a very easy to pack flat package. And it's all in one, so you can charge everything you have, even with a ton of power-hungry devices. There are 6 ports in total, 4 being USB-C and 2 being USB-A. It supplies up to 200 watts of power depending on the number of devices plugged in. That's enough to charge my 16-inch MacBook Pro with power left over for my iPhone and AirPods too. Its almost 6-foot cable provides enough reach to any nearby surface, and because this cable is so long, I can bring shorter cables for all of my devices. I really like that the plug has 2 prongs instead of 3, so it's compatible with my favorite travel adapter, the Road Warrior. Because this charger is surprisingly packable, I keep it in my everyday carry bag since it's basically a daily essential at this point. I bring it to coffee shops and use it on every trip. International, domestic, local, you name it. It's compact enough to fit in a tech pouch and doesn't take up all the real estate on the table at the co-working space when I work remotely. While it's a little heavy, its packability and the sheer amount of power it delivers are worth the trade-off because of what you can leave behind. My next favorite thing really shouldn't be a surprise. This year, I love teaming up with Matador to create the ReFraction Pro Packable backpack, which we modeled off the original ReFraction. I think it might be safe to say that you liked it too. And, okay, well, that one's a little hurtful. We heard you, keep those comments up, and you might just get what you wish for. In the end, the ReFraction Pro became the ultimate day pack for urban travel. It has more organization in the same packable 16-liter size as the original, so you can simply grab it and go. I've brought it on nearly every trip I took this year, from New York to Costa Rica to Portugal. We added a bunch of new features I love, but the front admin pocket is my favorite because it's perfect for organizing tech. I hate when small gear bounces around at the bottom of a bag because it's hard to find, and the built-in pockets give me a place to put my accessories. The mesh slip pocket is the perfect size for a passport too. We also added a laptop compartment, which is accessible from the outside of the bag. There's no padding, though that's the trade-off for a packable bag, and you can always use a sleeve for added protection. The harness system is comfortable and includes a sternum strap for extra support, so it works just as well for outdoors to carry an extra layer, drinks, and snacks as it does for tech in the city. The ReFraction Pro also has water-resistant YKK zippers to keep your gear dry in the rain. We're so happy you love the bag just as much as we do. Now I'm going to throw it over to Lauren for her favorite gear.
I would have picked the ReFraction Pro, but you got there first, so I had to pick a different bag. The 23-liter ALPAKA Bravo backpack is slightly larger and not packable, but it has worked well for me daily and on overnight trips. It's the perfect size for both, and the organization is really intuitive for whatever your use case is. The admin panel is just right for minimal tech carriers like me, and I like the open space underneath that expands the front of the bag without impacting its silhouette. I don't have to take a lot of care when packing it, and it never looks lumpy, no matter how haphazardly I fill it. It looks good when empty too, which is good since I carry a lot on some days and barely anything on others. Not every bag can do both, but the Bravo backpack does. Another subtle perk is that its water bottle pocket is satisfyingly deep. It fits my larger bottles without me struggling to squeeze them in, and holds smaller, skinnier bottles securely too, as long as there's enough gear in the main compartment to hold them in place. I also love the flat base, which accommodates my go-to lunch containers without the bag looking too wide. They sit nicely on the bottom without tipping, which isn't something I can say about every backpack I've tested. It's essential if you're a soup for lunch person like I am. The only drawback is more of a me thing. The top of the main compartment folds down, making it easier to pack and access your gear. However, if you have taller gear in the front pocket, such as a keyboard or a notebook, you can't fold it down. If that doesn't bother you, then you may enjoy this bag as much as I do. My next favorite thing I used on my trip to Tanzania this year wasn't really a piece of gear, but it was just as essential. It was an eSIM from Saley, this video's sponsor. It kept me connected with great service throughout the 2.5 weeks that I was in Tanzania, especially once I turned off apps that used a lot of background data. Tanzania was our base, but my friend and I hopped between several countries over the course of the trip. It was easy for me to connect as soon as we landed without needing to download a new eSIM for every place. I set up everything on my phone before leaving home by downloading the Saley app and selecting a data plan. It activates when you land, so we had no issues letting family know we arrived and connecting with our tour guides. After countless trips to different countries, we found that it's usually better and cheaper to find local service through an eSIM than buying it through our phone plans. Saley is available in over 200 destinations and offers some of the best rates online. And as I found out this year, it's really easy to use. Saley is giving PackHacker viewers an exclusive 15% discount on data plans. Use code PackHacker at checkout at saley.com/packhacker or download the Saley app. Now, on to more gear we love this year. Not to be that person, but I'm an OG Owala stan. I didn't think I'd find something I liked as much as my first FreeSip, until Owala made a new version. I've used the FreeSip Sway every day since February, and I take it basically everywhere. It even went with me to Tanzania this summer. At 30 ounces, it has more capacity than the 24-ounce original, but with roughly the same footprint. The large handle is my favorite feature, even though it does make me feel kind of like a milkmaid. It's much more comfortable than the original, and I was able to carry it around for an entire afternoon of shopping at IKEA without my hand getting tired. I'm a pretty active person, so that portability allows me to walk around comfortably without getting dehydrated. It also works well for my daily commute because its tapered base fits in every cup holder I've tried. There are some things to consider though. I find the gusset more tedious to clean than the original, and it seems to develop more buildup than the original too. I'm pretty bad at remembering to clean it frequently, but staying on top of it definitely helps. Also, just like every other metal bottle, it can dent if dropped when full, especially on a concrete floor when it's freshly filled to the brim. 2 times was the charm for me, and now my bottle has some battle scars. Oops, my bad.
Next up, Eric's favorite things. His top pick is this water-resistant pack that is great for commuting and cycling in inclement weather. That's something he does a lot, so it makes sense that he prioritizes those things in a bag. The Mission Workshop Control EPX pack is made from recycled EcoPack materials and includes YKK AquaGuard zippers, which work together to keep moisture out. One time he was out in a steady rain for over an hour, and while he got soaked through his rain jacket, all the gear inside the bag was still bone dry at the end of the ride, including his expensive camera equipment. However, this bag is more than just water resistance. Eric also likes the comfortable harness system because of how adjustable it is. You can shift the entire back panel up or down based on your frame or preference, making it a solid choice for different body types. He also likes the look of the bag's materials and modular archive system, which expands the pack's functionality with add-ons, giving it a technical vibe. It's already pricey without the modular components added in, and Eric says he didn't really miss the extras. However, the durable materials will last through years of heavy use, so the price tag may be worth it if you're looking to buy it for life. When it comes to storage, the main compartment has plenty of space, and you can get into it clamshell style or through the roll top opening. Roll tops aren't always super convenient to use, but they offer more capacity when you need to carry more. That's clearly what Eric's been looking for this year based on his next pick. He's also been loving the expandable CODEOFBELL CrossPod 2. It's great for long days when you need some extra space but doesn't want to carry a full-on backpack. At its base, the sling has 2.3 liters in capacity. There's light organization on the outside, such as smaller pockets on the straps that fit loose change or headphones, and a security pocket on the back for your passport. There's a roomy compartment in the center with a mix of pocket sizes that make it a great spot for wall chargers, battery banks, and even a smaller pair of over-ear headphones like Eric's from Audio-Technica. The front compartment is where all the space is, though. It expands the sling up to 7 liters as you add more gear. Eric says it's handy for holding a water bottle, a compact sweatshirt, or whatever else you need throughout the day on your trip. There's even enough room for some groceries if you decide to pick something up at the market on a whim. This area doesn't get floppy when it's empty either, thanks to the 4 different compression straps that keep the extra material in check. Unlike some of the slings that slide forward when he's biking with them, Eric says the stabilizer strap on the CrossPod keeps it locked in place as he moves. It's easy to undo if he wants to swing the sling to his front or grab something quickly too. The sling's quality materials also make it great for more adventure-y travelers too. Recycled Recore nylon and coated YKK zippers keep your gear dry in light precipitation. It's a little overkill for a quick walk, but it really shines on days when you're unsure of how much you'll need to carry. On the other hand, Christine's favorite product is best for people that carry the same thing every day.
She first picked up this Nomad goods wallet back in August, and she hasn't taken it off since. Except for when we need it for videos, you know, like today. It's MagSafe, so it attaches to her phone, saving her from carrying a separate card holder. Lately, she's been using it alongside the Orbit Key crossbody phone strap so that she has what she needs without reaching for a bigger bag. That's ultra minimalist, if you ask me. This wallet's Horween leather has developed a nice patina as she's been using it, but more importantly, Christine says it sticks really well to her phone. Plus, it's easy to pop the cards out thanks to the small notch at the bottom. There are plenty of MagSafe wallets that do all of that, though. What makes this one different is that it's got a smart tracker built in. If you take it off to go for a run or a hike when you don't need your cards, you can figure out where you left it without sacrificing a card slot for a dedicated wallet tracker card. Christine once left it in her car when she pulled it off to use another MagSafe accessory, and the built-in tracker helped her find it later. It's easy to connect to the Find My app on an iPhone, so she can see its location at any time, even if it's here at the office instead of with her. This next product was the unsung hero of her 10-day trip this summer. She used it as a personal item bag, took it to the water park and to the beach. That's not too surprising since it's a beach bag, but the DWR on the polyethylene Lands' End Packable beach tote also helped it survive a late summer Florida downpour. Despite taking a while to get back to the bag after it started to rain, Christine and her family returned to the bag to find all of their clothing inside still dry. Lands' End doesn't specify the tote's capacity, but it's really huge, so she had enough space for all of her family's gear, from sunscreen to water bottles, waterproof phone pouches, and, of course, towels and clothing. There's also built-in organization, from a large zippered pocket for quick grab items to 3 huge mesh slip pockets. Those keep water bottles and full-size bottles of sunscreen standing upright as you walk around. You can pack it away into the zippered pocket, but it's still pretty big and bulky that way, so she ended up using it as her personal item bag on the plane instead of trying to fit it into another bag. The lack of structure came in handy there because it looked much smaller when she only had a book, an extra layer, and a water bottle inside, along with her phone and wallet. Airline officials didn't give her any sort of hassle about carrying such a big bag alongside her carry-on, and it fit underneath the seat in front of her. The only thing to note is that there's no padding on the tote straps, and they're quite thin, so they can start to dig into your shoulders when the bag is full. That isn't too big of a deal unless you forget to reapply sunscreen and finish the day with much redder shoulders than you started with. Then it can get a little uncomfortable, but you can carry it by hand or in the crook of your elbow instead. Or get someone else to carry it for you. So that's the gear we like best this year. What are your favorites of 2025? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next one.